Dear students, with the continuation of our previous class, so today we are going to look into the calculation of the Fermi energy, right, of the given material, and the given material is the copper. And this experiment has been recorded by Susma.
Is Prasanna Kumar. Today I am giving instructions how to perform the one of the physics experiment that is Fermi energy of copper. This experiment is on finding the Fermi energy of a copper conducting material. Okay. Here this is the expression for Fermi energy at 0 Kelvin that is given by m by 2 Vft by r whole square delta r by delta t whole square. If you calculate in terms of electron volts, it must be divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. This formula is derived from the basic formula for energy, that is EF of mv square, and this can be using this experiment we have derived the expression for EF here in this case. And you can see that in this expression r in the numerator, delta r, and here delta t and t gets cancelled. It is obviously the expression for Fermi energy that we already used. This particular expression is at 0 Kelvin. And now I define what is Fermi energy. It is the highest occupied energy level of an electron at 0 Kelvin. If the temperature is much greater than 0, then at ordinary temperatures we will get the expression for Fermi energy in this particular expression. Here in this square bracket, the second term is very small, negligibly small. Therefore, approximately becomes equal to the Fermi energy at 0 Kelvin. Both the formulas looks to be same because of the second term in the square bracket appears to be negligible quantity. Here, coming to this diagram here this diagram represents the distribution of electrons into various energy levels at T equal to 0 Kelvin. The filling up of electrons takes place from the bottommost as per the Pauli's exclusion principle. One spin up and another spin down, like that it gets filled up. If there are in a system, for example, there are n number of electrons as the charge carriers in the valence band. If you take the n by 2 levels are filled, and above these states are unoccupied states. At 0 Kelvin, according to Pauli's exclusion principles, the electrons occupy from the bottom, that every state got 2 electrons, one spin up and spin down, so that it gets filled up. Here, the topmost level where the electron is situated represents the Fermi level, and the energy corresponding to this electron is given by F equivalent to F, that is called the Fermi energy. These are the filled states, above is the empty states. According to Fermi-Dirac statistics, F of E represents the Fermi factor. This F of E represents the probability of occupation of an electron in the given energy state at any energy level. The actual number of electrons in the energy range dE can be evaluated by this expression n of E dE is equal to Z of E dE into F of E, where Z of E dE is nothing but the density of states. The density of states can be defined as it is the number of allowed states per unit volume in the energy range dE. And using the Z of E and Fermi factor into the expression for n of E dE, it can be arrived by to this particular expression. EF is equal to EF is equal to h square by 8m into 3n by pi to the power 2 by 3. So now this is the experimental setup used in the laboratory to get the Fermi energy of the conducting material copper. Now this is the set of instruments we use in our experiment. We use beaker to collect water, thermometer, the copper wire is wound on some core material. We got a digital ammeter to record the variation of resistance and set of connecting wires. This is the actual experimental setup. We already connected the wires, the two ends of the wires here connected to the digital voltmeter. There is a thermometer. We have taken the hot water. Therefore, the current temperature somewhere it is around 80 degree. Corresponding voltage, corresponding resistance recorded by the ammeter, ohm meter, and you can see the tabulation of the resistances with respect to different degrees of temperature. The first column refers to the centigrade, the second column is with respect to the Kelvin. And now we can plot the resistance versus temperature, since for a conductor in any conducting material, the resistance is directly proportional to the variation of temperature, is linearly proportional. You will get a positive slope, and the slope here is equivalent to delta R by delta T, and taken this slope into the formula here. This is approximately 0.04. Other constants, the values of the constants are recorded into the tabulated into the formula, where M stands for mass of the electron, V is the Fermi velocity, T the temperature, and this evaluation of EF is done at one particular temperature, constant temperature. With respect to the table here, I have considered the 80 degree centigrade corresponding 353 as the temperature in terms of Kelvin. It is possible to evaluate 6.211 as EV as the Fermi energy. And I told you before in the beginning itself, this value of EF, what we measured right now calculated with respect to temperature 80 degree, as well as is equal to the Fermi energy, that is equal to at 0K because of the smaller variations at higher temperatures. And we will get here in this particular case, we have since we have plotted the variation of R versus T, we get a slope. This slope is the average value of the variations of delta R delta T with respect to all the entire range of temperatures. And finally, we arrive at the Fermi energy 6.211 EV, which is approximately equal to the theoretical value of 7 electron volt.
Therefore, I understand that you must have understood the experiment in the proper way. And once again, I thank Professor Prasanna Kumar for making such a nice demonstration of the experiment, and Ms. Susma Casey for capturing the video and compiling, editing it. Thank you very much.